Well, good evening and welcome to Twerton Park for this National League South fixture between Bath City and Yeovil Town. Exactly 10 years ago, Yeovil in the Championship were getting ready to play Charlton, a game like many others that season that they lost. But to be fair, few people expected Yeovil to last at that level, given tiny gates and with finances to match. But like climbing Everest, just getting there had been a huge achievement. Equally, just 10 years later, few would have expected them to have plummeted 5 leagues to a level where their manager would be praising victories over teams such as Tonbridge and Yeovil. Older City fans, brought up on this age-old Somerset rivalry, would of course relish seeing that the mighty have fallen. Yet equally, Yeovil will argue, where have you been the last 10 years? Still playing at the same level we left you. In truth, of course, despite being in the same league, there is still a disparity between these two sides. Yeovil, under yet further new ownership, are still able to sustain full-time football, whereas City struggle financially as they await the opportunity to raise revenue through regenerating Twerton Park. But history aside, on a chilly December evening, this is a fixture to relish. Twerton Park is buzzing from a sellout crowd, and it's also worth remembering that Yeovil may be top of the league, but this game is far from a foregone conclusion. Their away form remains decidedly ordinary, and not a patch on Chelmsford's, albeit City lost to them on Saturday. Plus for Yeovil, after their long trip to Wrexham, where despite considerable possession they never looked like winning their second round FA Cup tie, will the South Somerset side have some lingering elements of fatigue and disappointment? My name's 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗛𝗧𝗦, and alongside me I have our match commentators of Alex Lane-Kiltiger and Toby Wellington. We're coming up to kick off.
I'm absolutely delighted to have to fight against the crowd tonight. It's such a nice atmosphere in here already. It's the type of thing you want to see at this level, and very, very excited to see what the game turns out like. There's a lot of expectation from a lot of us that this is going to be a great game. Let's hope for a fast start from the Romans.
Yeah, the trouble... I don't wish to be a killjoy, but you do get that feeling that it's things like that that almost, premeditate a 0-0 draw, isn't it?
Well, we are underway, and let's hope that that 0-0 draw stays far away from Twerton Park tonight as the ball's played up the left-hand side by Russ, and Morgan Williams hooks away, and it's going to be the first throw-in of the game, and City are going to have their first opportunity to get towards the Yeovil box. It's Hayfield, Rains on the right again, right back position. Looks up, gets a cross in. It's not a great one, but Wannell helps it away. Comes out to Greenslade, hits it left-footed. What a strike by Greenslade, but it's just wide from the City left-back via a deflection. And City have the first corner of the game. Yeah,
that had real velocity on it. You could see that Greenslade, as he was approaching the ball, that was his only intention, was to fire towards goal.
As Jordan Thomas lifts his right hand, delivers this in towards the back post. It's gone over everyone, and it's going to be headed behind. It's actually gone off of the head of Kieran Parcell and behind for a Yeovil goal kick. It does go into the Yeovil box. It is towards Cook. It's headed away to the edge of the box. Worthington helps it out all the way back to Rains. He helps it up the line towards Thomas. Whittle is there with him, but Thomas uses his body well and has it in the corner. Thomas left-footed, beats the defender with a couple of step-overs and is able to get one in left-footed towards the back post, and it's just over the head of, I think, Kieran Parcell, who had stayed up from the original throw-in. Yeah, they're not the strongest necessarily defending crosses, but Yeovil have a break on here as Cooper crosses the halfway line. They won it off of Scott Wilson, and now Fisher is down the left-hand side. A left-footed cross in towards the back post. Newblay is underneath it, but unable to make good contact, and it spins out via Danny Greenslade into the left-back position. He still has it, plays it up the line, and it's deflected off of the Yeovil man Smith. 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗛𝗧𝗦 out to the left-hand side now. And it's stolen off of Wannell by Cody Cook. He's going towards the byline, puts it in left-footed towards Wilson. It's collected in the middle of the 6-yard box by Williams, and Freer closes down the clearance, and it deflects away for a goal kick. But Yeovil very casual and nearly punished there because Thomas cuts inside, 25 yards from goal, left-footed. It's forced back onto his right, but he's now squaring up the Yeovil defence for the first time. Clips one in towards Hayfield at the back post. Great touch away from Smith, deflected. Oh, it's gone behind Wilson, who was in the 6-yard box, and it's going to be cleared away by Whittle. It's gone behind Wilson, who tried to anticipate the ball coming across.
Well, you can hear from the roar around Twerton Park how close City went there.
𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗛𝗛𝗏 has more time this time and is able to bring it down, but it's a terrible pass out to Smith, and City are coming forward again, and here he is for the first time, Elliot Freer down the left-hand side. It's a good delivery over Day, and it's come off the head of Worthington now. Russ trying to pressurise him, and it's cleared away by the Yeovil captain to Fisher. Will Dawes coming onto the pitch. It'll be interesting to see whether he goes straight in at left back or if there's a formation change here. First time they've worked left to right from the back four is Thomas, going to square up Dawes for the first time. Fresh legs going to be tested as Thomas cuts inside, cuts outside again, back onto his right, clips one in towards the 6-yard box, and it's patted down by Day and collected at the second attempt. Worthington came back for a quick 1-2 and is on it again now. The former AFC Bournemouth player is going to play it forward towards that right-hand side. Smith has gone in on it. It's an excellent touch by Smith. Left-footed strike, and it's come off of 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗛𝗧𝗦 for a corner.
Plenty of options in there. Greenslade and Rush just staying back on the halfway line. The corner comes in now towards the back post. Wins a header! Maybe 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗧𝗦 at the back post there. A very winger-friendly game, this one, for both sides. Hayfield brings it inside now to Russ, goes over to the left for Greenslade, charging up now, plenty of space ahead of him, may just send a cross into box, goes over Hayfield, first time shot, oh, it's just wide! And from our angle, it certainly looked a lot closer, and they're appealing for potentially a corner, or maybe even a handball, actually. Wilson not happy about the decision for it to be a goal kick, but once again, City finding space in the final third.
Manager's son.
Mark's son, indeed. On the sideline today. The cross comes in from right-hand side for Yeovil, up towards 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗚, who again can't quite read the flight of the ball, and it heads it way over the bar. Interesting to see the likes of... oh, actually, they've gone short instead for Thomas, who'll run with the ball down that left flank. Looked like he was initially going to cross it. Instead goes back to Greenslade, who's given himself a few extra yards. Now Thomas again, right near the touchline. Thomas. He's had Freer to his left, uses Greenslade instead. First time back to Thomas, now it's with Hayfield inside the box, comes off 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗧𝗏 last, and it will be a corner kick for City. And again, another good move, quick move from the Romans. They have the name that gives them aura, but at the moment they're not showing exactly why they should be, as Thomas brings it down really well with his knee. So the first time ball to Wilson, not able to end him. Now Freer, inside box, takes a shot. Really good challenge from Williams to clear away for a corner. I thought Thomas may have taken a shot initially, tried to find Wilson, and then Freer on the follow-up is able to win a corner for City.
Yes, any one of the three of them could have scored there. None of them did. But Thomas with the first opportunity, then Wilson, then the ball coming out wide to Freer. Freer's shot beat away.
It's a bit scrappy all of a sudden. Hayfield with a heavy touch, trying to bring it away. Smith able to bring it inside, goes back to 𝗏𝗏, very composed there from Smith. 35 years old, defender. He's made over 200 appearances for Hearts in the Scottish Premier, and it will be a free kick for City just outside the Rome box after Freer has brought it down. That actually does come off Wilson, that free kick, and the referee, instead of allowing play to go on, he decides to call a half-time whistle before anything gets a bit blown out of proportion there. It's half-time here in the West Somerset derby, in the West Country derby between Bath City and Yeovil Town, 0-0 here at Twerton Park.
It's a header away by Thomas, and now it's bounced back to him, and he mishits a clearance that Russ is able to get onto and hook away.
Russ says that's the way to do it.
Well, the ageing legs of Michael Smith have been beaten by Wilson there. Wilson clips one in towards the back post. It's aimed towards Cook. It's come all the way through to Thomas. He's got it on his left foot now, out on the far side. Sets it back to Rains. Got an opportunity to cross, but it's back into the feet of Thomas on the right-hand side on his left foot. Skips away, right-footed cross in towards Hayfield, headed away by Smith and helped away by Dawes. Russ hooks it back in. Williams is underneath it, and a good header away there. 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗏𝗚 drifts away from his man and comes out to the right-hand side. Yeovil looking for some creativity from the star man. Cooper, good ball into the feet of Young, and now the former Chippenham man is able to drive forward and play it out to the left-hand side, and it's Dawes. Came on for Whittle in the first half, driving at his man, at Joe Rains, left-footed. Whittle across the box, Huck lets it go across, and 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗛𝗏 is there to head away from inside the 6-yard box, and it's a Yeovil corner.
Yeah, and you did notice suddenly more space was opening up there for Yeovil, more than they'd had in the first half.
From the top side, it's going to be delivered in towards that 6-yard box again, and it's headed in towards the back post, and it's just wide. I think it was 𝗏𝗏 who came in to win the header. And Yeovil were the first ones there, and it's gone just wide of the far post.
Yep, skipped its way through everybody. And Huck comes across to take the goal kick.
Dyer helps out towards Rains. Rains into the feet of Thomas, who again is confident enough to square up his man and go past him. Thomas is a lovely reverse ball in behind 𝗏𝗏. Here's Wilson on the right-hand side, tries to cross. It's deflected off of the Yeovil centre-back, and it's gone for another Bath City corner. As Cook tries to press 𝗏𝗏, who clears it away down the Yeovil left, City's right. Rains and Huck both going for it, and pressed by Dawes, and Dawes has blocked Huck's clearance, and it's gone back onto the head of Dawes. and Dyer is able to get there, and they've miscleared it again. It's deflected off of Russ, but Russ is able to get there. What a mess that was for a second. It's given away to 𝗛𝗚𝗛. Now Greenslade in left-back position, into Wilson's feet. Good touch to trap it, and plays it down the left-hand side. Cook will chase it, but Williams will get there first, and it's a bobbly back pass into Day, but the assured touch of the keeper will help him get it away towards Dawes on the left-hand side, and he's got away from Rains, and Dawes is now breaking down the left-hand side for Yeovil, approaching the penalty area, cuts onto his right foot, has a shot, well blocked by Jordan Dyer, and Rains able to hook it away. And they're leaving players high as well, which they weren't doing in the first half, especially Dawes on that left-hand side. They clearly identify that that is somewhere they can potentially break away. But City have it on the right. Thomas away from 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗛 into the box. It's cleared away. Now Rains, 30 yards from goal. Poor first touch, but he's still got it. Clips one towards the goal, and Day is able to watch it float over for a goal kick. 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗛𝗏 has just received more instructions, this time from Dean Gherkin on this left-hand side. So it'll be interesting to see what his role changes to, if it changes at all. That's an excellent flicked-on header. Thomas into the box, drives it across. 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗏𝗏 from 6 yards out. Oh, it's blocked on the line by Smith. Did brilliantly to position himself back on the line at the back post. Greenslade with a quick throw, and here's Freer again, left-hand side for City, and Smith tackles him. It's going to be another City throw. Best chance of the game.
Well, if City don't win this match, they will look back on the opportunities that they've missed tonight.
And they've both fallen to Elliot Freer as well, the best chances, one on his right, one on his left, but the experience of Smith to get back on the line is what saved Yeovil there. Into the feet of Greenslade. Now Freer on the left-hand side. Greenslade's continued his run and has got to the ball first. Young's pulled him back, and City have a free kick in a fantastic position.
Greenslade protesting that it's time the referee got a yellow card out.
He's asking for it. He has got it as well. Jordan Young goes into the book. First man of the night, about 2 minutes after we said there had been none. As Jordan Thomas is going to take this, it's whipped in, it's towards the back post, and it's 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗛𝗏 that's underneath it, but it's headed away brilliantly. And City are going to recycle this. It's to Greenslade, who whips one forward. That looks to be overhit, and it is, and it's going to float out for a goal kick. And it's going to be Sonny Cox, the former Roman, who's going to come on, and it's for the man who's just been booked, Jordan Young, who's going to be replaced, former Chippenham man, of course. And Sonny Cox, who scored 8 goals in 22 games for City last season, has scored in League One this season for Exeter City, makes his way onto the pitch. Cooper, right-footed, drills it across into the 6-yard box. It's a brilliant cross and brilliantly defended by City. 3 men went in to get a touch on it. I'm not sure who it was, but it was Hayfield who hooked it away eventually. What a ball in. It
was not only a good ball, it was also a deceiving ball in, because I think everybody thought it was going to the far post.
Throw goes into Fisher, who was in an offside position, but obviously can't be offside from a throw. But he's given it straight to Jordan Thomas, who's being mentioned a lot more in the defensive third in this half. And he's brought down by Dawes, and it's going to be a City free kick, and there's a yellow card there as well for Matt Worthington.
Yeovil about to make their third and final substitution. It's going to be Jake Hyde coming on.
Jake Hyde, who will go alongside Sonny Cox, you'd imagine, and 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗏𝗏𝗏 will come off. Rains goes to Thomas, who does bring onto his left foot. Goes back outside, has Rains with him. There's 2 green shirts around him. Now with Rains, who could send an early cross in. It's a low one. It was going in towards Cook. Cleared away up to Cox, who lays it off really well on the left-hand side. Opportunity for Yeovil to break away now. Some with Dawes. He tries to switch up the play from left to right. Yeah, and he brought down Russ in the process as well. But now City can break away down the right-hand side with Thomas. Doesn't want to show that pace quite yet, but he may try and take 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 on as he brings it inside now. He goes all the way into Boggs, and it's a good challenge. A last-second challenge, last-ditch challenge, in fact, by Cooper, just to get a toe on the ball there. Fans appealing for potentially a free kick on the edge of Boggs, but it looked to me like Cooper did just get a touch on the ball. Thomas back on it now. As he's back towards 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, goes back to Rains. And back with Thomas, who's seen a lot of the ball the last few moments or so, but he does lose out to Cooper a bit too easily that time as Russ comes in hard. It's a fair challenge.
Russ is diving in a little bit, isn't it? It's the second time he's gone in heavy for a challenge. And referee, I'm sure, will have noted that.
Russ's diagonal ball to the left-hand side doesn't quite reach Freer, and Yeovil trying to break down that right-hand side this time now. 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 just able to watch it all the way onto his foot, and he clears it away for a throw-in right near the corner flag for Yeovil. Starting to be a bit more end-to-end. It's opened up. Just awaiting the throw-in to happen. Going to do his best Joe Rains impression. In it comes now, and it's, well, I'm not quite sure exactly what that was. It was straight to Freer. It almost looked like he was trying to hit the ground as hard as he could with the ball, and Wilson is penalised there.
Yeah, Wilson's going to get a yellow card.
And there's going to be a substitution for City coming up. Oscar Thorne is going to be introduced into this game. We assumed it was going to be either him or Ewan Clark. I'm surprised it is out of the two, Thorne. And Jerry Gill is now about to be put in the book for moaning. Nothing new there, really. Loves to show passion, especially in these sort of encounters. In comes a free kick from Cooper towards a penalty spot, and it's on to the end of it, and it is a goal. And it looks like Morgan Williams who got on the end of it last, and it is 1-0 to Yeovil. 80 minutes gone. A really sublime cross in from Cooper onto a penalty spot. I'm not quite sure if it came off Williams last or maybe an own goal.
I think it was an own goal.
Essentially Kieran Parcell.
It looked as if it was.
Well, the Yeovil fans...
Parcell stayed down on his knees for a time. I'm not totally sure that was...
We have a few minutes of waiting for his first to be removed. And it looks like Freya is going to go into the book here. I imagine he was moaning about something. And it felt like it was a little bit too easy for Yeovil there to find the back of the net from that set piece.
Well, I'm not at all sure. I mean, Freya must obviously have said something. It's going to be Oscar Thorne that is coming on now for Elliot Freya.
Now to Huck and then Rains inside his own box. Needs to clear it downfield. Does so up to Thomas. Idahan's doing well to stay strong and does dispossess the winger. Now with Dawes. Looking to find a way past Thomas. Thomas does incredibly well to win that possession, but Dawes also does so. And Dawes just tenacity to hold on to it. And he ends up winning a free kick off Rains. And a little bit feisty between Joe Rains and Will Dawes there. And they were starting to see a bit of fire in this game, Andrew.
Yeah, I think, well, Dawes got past Thorne first of all, and then Rains looked as if he got the ball, but then lost it again. And it is going to be, when everything dies down, a Yeovil free kick in a very dangerous possession.
And here comes the free kick from Yeovil. Imagine it would be a shot to the top corner. And it was aimed in for Williams once again. It was just over him, though. It's short to Parcell, who will send it down the left flank. Does so. Both Wilson and Cook are up there. If he can hit the head of Cook, it might find its way to Wilson, who is brought down. It will be a free kick for City. This time in a very similar position to where Yeovil just had their free kick. Is Thomas with the left foot in towards penalty spot, in towards the back post, in fact, and Parcell wasn't quite able to angle it towards goal. Russ trying to hold on to possession of the edge of the box. Cox does well to keep it away from him. And then Fish is able to clear it down the left flank. And Rains unable to keep it in, and it goes out for a throw-in. And then Cox brings it down very well, considering he had two Bath City players around him, but Dyer with a lovely challenge in towards Russ. And, well, it looks like Dawes won the ball there. It was a strong challenge in on Russ. Referee waves it away, though, and actually Russ wasn't moaning too much, to be honest.
Yeah, sorry for that. Ooh, it was just because Russ went absolutely flying. There'll be a little bit of stoppage time, I think probably about 4 minutes, maybe no more.
City needs to find that equaliser somehow. Thomas does really well to skip past the first challenge. Can you try and send it into box? It's a long shot, way over though. And there will be a minimum of 7 minutes of added time. You certainly hear Twerton Park erupt as the fans are trying to back the boys now.
Well, Mark Cooper querying that, and the referee's assistant telling him to go back and sit down.
Inside the Yeovil half, two players around Russ, but he's in possession. Does well to get back to the halfway line for Rains. Now with Thomas. Bath suddenly starting to put bodies forward. Yeovil leaving two men forward as well for themselves. And Thomas just breaking the ankles of Dawes there as he goes into the box. Has two players around him though, not enough support. Uses his right foot to send a cross in. As headed and still in the box. Good opportunity for Wilson, but he's not able to get over the header. And it goes out for a goal kick, but lovely play from Jordan Thomas once again.
And could that have been City's last moment? I mean, it was a great cross in by Thomas. Plenty of City men in the box. Weren't able to capitalise on it, as we've said several times already this evening.
Rains up to right-hand side for Thomas, who'll want to run onto that. Oh, it's lovely by Thomas just to flick it over Idahan there. And Cook, who seems to be playing on the right-hand side at the moment. Hayfield is playing more of a striker role.
Yeah, Cook not seen a lot of the ball at all in this half.
Doesn't feel like either striker has, actually. Now it's with Dyer, who'll kick it down along the right-hand side. It might find its way all the way through to Wilson, almost dispossessing Williams there. Now it's with Greenside. He's cleared away to the left back. Goes across to Thomas, now onto his left foot. Has Rains with him. Rains with a bit of space on the right-hand side. Can send a cross in now. It's a looping cross up towards Cook. Might have found its way out to Thomas from our angle. It looked like it was going to drop to the winger, but now Yeovil can bring it away through Dawes on that left-hand side. And William Dawes actually joined from Stratford Town. 23 years old as well. It's headed on up towards Wilson, who might have gone on to the end of that. But Wannell does really well just to keep it away from Wilson with a header. Goes back to his keeper. Rains able to bring it down the halfway line. Goes out wide to Thomas. Good opportunity for Thomas to try and break down that right-hand side. Has only doors on him. I imagine want to bring it inside. He does so. Skips past the player. Puts it into the box. It finds Wilson. Mendai still in there. Wins the header. He's brought down. No foul, says referee. Looked like a slight nudge, but nothing doing there. And Huck up towards Russ. Goes back to Rains, and City can't be fiddling about with it at the back. They need to lump it forward. Parcell hoofs it forward up towards Cook. It's headed away by Dawes. And Cooper does really well as well to find Dawes again. But Dawes slices his clearance away. And a good opportunity potentially for Rains to send a long throw in. You would imagine this will be the last opportunity of the game. Can City find an equaliser from this long throw with Joe Rains? In it comes, up towards the corner. Hits Dyer. It's still fitting about in the box. Now with Wilson in the box, takes a shot. It deflects off a Yeovil player, and it will be a corner. And the referee is going to let this corner happen.
And Hart coming forward from the back. So all the City players virtually inside the 18-yard box.
Here comes the corner from Thomas. It's deep towards Parcell. It's only towards the edge of box. And there goes a full-time whistle. And it ends here at Twerton Park. Bath City 0, Yeovil Town 1. Bit of a damp squid finish for City in the end. But they fought hard, and they fought till the end. And to say the least, against top of the league, 1-0. Doesn't seem like the worst result, but actually, they probably felt like they should have got a lot more than no points today.
Yeah, and you can see what it means to Yeovil. Straight away as the final whistle went, all the bench back slapping each other, shaking hands. Obviously, they feel this was a critical game, and it was for them, because had they lost, on the back of that 4-1 defeat at Welling, they'd lost at Wrexham. If they'd lost here tonight, then I think there would have been discontent down inside Somerset. As it was, they've made that 1-0 victory. I have to say, I think City were the better side on the night, but the chances fell to them mainly in the first half, and particularly 1 or 2 to Wilson that they weren't able to take. And consequently, Yeovil, I think in the second half, they played a much better tactical game than they did in the first. What's your view of it, Alex?
Yeah, I think it was an entertaining game for 90 minutes. City looked very good at points of the game. Unfortunately, you could tell that after the goal went in, their heads dropped slightly. They weren't quite able to get the ball into good positions. But in fairness to City, they certainly didn't look outmatched by this Yeovil side. And I know Yeovil have had a bit of a dip in form, but you can definitely see why they're top of the league. So they can win games and they defend well, and that's exactly what champions do. And for City, they need to use this game to catapult themselves as well. They've got a big game against Boreham Wood, an excellent opportunity to show what they're about against higher league opposition. And to be honest, they'll be disappointed with themselves, and I think Cook and Wilson will be especially. They didn't get much of a showing in that second half. But overall, I'm not overly disappointed with the performance.
Well, thank you, Toby. Thank you, Alex. Thank you very much, everybody, for being with us this evening. The Somerset derby has gone the way of Yeovil. Their first league win since December '92 here. Of course, there has been a bit of a gap in that time. We haven't played each other, but it sounds impressive. But from Twerton Park tonight, Bath City going down to that late goal from Williams, 10 minutes from the end, 1-0 Yeovil winning. Thank you very much for being with us. Do join us for the FA Trophy game against Bournemouth.